The love and mercy of Christ have stood as a beacon of light for all mankind from the dawn of creation, and will stand against the darkness until the time itself ends, and the darkness with it. Christ's courage stands as a constant exemplary reminder that the righteous are bold as lions, and we will not allow corruption to enter into our holy kingdoms. Just as Jesus himself overturned wrongdoing in the temple courts, so too shall we, his holy few, who choose to follow my great brother's example throughout all the days of our immortal lives. My brother's command was to uphold justice and exercise a fair judgment. Your laws and your land have become corrupt, while my Father's covenant remains righteous and eternal, unchanging and unyielding. A wise man once stood atop a high hill overlooking a once great city. This man gazed over the city and wished its people would return to him. But they foolishly rejected his most gracious offer, and they were gathered up and burned in a fire without end. Why is it that we as mankind are so slow to learn and avoid the ways that lead to death, warfare, destruction, and pain, while we are offered the roads to joy, peace, mercy, and love? The courage of Christ led him to show justice, an incredible wealth of courage, spirit, faith, and then out of a reckless love, he chose to be martyred for all mankind, to be poured out as a free will offering in the sight of God to benefit all mankind. A holy lamb gifted by the hands of infinity itself. Though dead, he lives, and as he lives, so too shall his true followers. Promises of a God not forgotten by some. Ancient ways that lead to life and life in abundance, never losing their divine wisdom or power. I ask you, what dreams exist that do not lie within my Father's outstretched hand? I ask you, do you know the love of Christ Jesus at the core of your heart, and is it the rock from which you live out all the days of your life? I am the door to life. Anyone who allows me to enter will be saved. They will go in and out, finding green pastures all of their days. Now hear ye the parable of the abundant garden. A great gardener once planted a wondrous garden, and in that garden he planted many different kinds of seeds, each according to its kind. He spoke many gifts and gave out a multitude of blessings to each individual seed, each according to its kind. And so these seeds grew as they chose. The bad seed grew according to its soil, soaking in its earthly surroundings, until it drank more than enough, suffered a most horrible fate, and drowned, returning to that in which it grew. These drowning seeds attracted weeds that grew and grasped at the life water and the roots of all that was good in the garden, trying to corrupt it. These shall be gathered up and burned. Lastly, in the midst of this endless war, there were found a few incorruptible seeds that obeyed an intricate design and sprouted up towards the heavens at a quite miraculous rate. The sun itself and all of the earth seemed to move with them and obey their will. Christ did not give the command of justice lightly or without purpose. It is written, "Obey all these words which I command you, that it may go well with you and your children after you forever." when you do what is good and right in the sight of the Lord your God. So why have you distorted my father's faithful covenant to your own suffering and destruction? Why have you allowed sin's corruption to enter my sacred places and held back the hands of justice from my holy land? You have intermarried with the pagans and welcomed the heir of death into my holy temples. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, you who murder the prophets and stone those who I have sent to you. How I desired to gather you together, as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, but you were unwilling. Hear my cry for change. Hear my trumpets of warning, and be strong. Though I will test these lands, and my holy few will remain within the Father, and he shall remain within them. I speak of the road to divinity, a road found by those who walk, seeking first the kingdom of heaven, the spirit of the one true immortal God who stands above all things, the slaughtered lamb and his eternal gateway into prophecy and the radiant light that pulls all life towards his holy call.